This year's CES brought an interesting prognosis. The idea that 3D TV is dead. Vizio included no 3D TVs in this year's lineup, and many are taking this signal from one brand as the beginning of the end for the era of the 3D TV. Now, is this really a gimmick that was expected to ever end, or were we going to keep seeing the 3D TV in consumer electronics?
Well, the first thing I had to say is Vizio. Really?
Vizio is a major manufacturer.
It's a major manufacturer of the cheapest TVs that you can buy out there on the market.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's true too.
If you want to buy an off-brand, buy Vizio.
But that's how you establish your base. That's how you get a new technology into everyone's home, is make the cheapest one. And Vizio is saying, nah, this is not worth our time.
Well, that's fair. And to be fair, to understand as well, too, is I hear that they, at CES as well, they released some non-glasses 3D technology as well. So that might be a major issue in stopping the technology from moving forward as well, too, is that no one wants to have glasses and buy it and deal with that in their in-home entertainment. It's fine as a novelty factor going into the theater, but nobody wants to like reach under their chair and put on a pair of glasses before they watch TV.
Especially because those glasses can cost $100 a pair.
Right.
So it's nice to buy a TV that comes with 2 pairs, but if you got more than 2 people watching TV, like if I have 10 people over for a football game, I'm gonna spend $1,000 on 3D glasses for everyone?
800.
Sorry, I came with 2.
That's simple math, Tim.
Yeah.
Right.
But it seems to have fallen out of favor in favor of 4K high definition.
Sure.
Is this the successor to what TV brands will be looking at?
You know, what are your thoughts on 4K? Because I've seen a couple 4K productions, mostly in theaters. I haven't seen a 4K TV in full spread yet, but it always comes down to what's your projected source, like how many people are actually projecting in 4K, like as far as the TVs go. But I'm actually, and maybe I'm showing my age a little bit here, but 4K makes me uncomfortable to watch. It's too detailed. It's true. I know, because your eyes can only.
I don't know if there's such a thing.
At least the difference, Kim, the difference is that if I'm looking at you right now, you're not in 4K. You're in 4K if I get right up here and look at you, at your pores. It's like, look at all that. Look at all that. That's 4K right there. All right, and like it brings me back to when I saw The Matrix in IMAX, and it was like. And it was, I'm blanking on the actress.
Keanu Reeves.
Not
Lawrence
Keanu Reeves.
Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne, thank you. And it was like close up on Lawrence
He does
Fishburne's
have large
face.
pores.
And it was like, and I felt like I was looking at the moon, like up there in this gigantic screen. It's like, that's too much.
Why you gotta be like that?
I don't know. It was really rude. Sorry, Lawrence Fishburne.
Nothing but love from me, Larry.
Yeah. So I appreciate your acting talent immensely. So.
4K is still very expensive.
Yeah.
But it could be the next thing. I mean, Blu-ray was prohibitively expensive for a while, and
Sure.
now it's moved much more into the general favor.
I see it as branding. I see 4K as the next step after 1080p.
Yeah.
I mean, 1080p is a big selling point these days.
Right.
When you go buy a television and it's only 720p,
No one's buying that.
No one's buying that.
Right.
And when you watch SD television, like you have to buy the HD box to go with the HD television, I just see it as like the next step. If you go back and watch SD footage these days, it's garbage. It's like
Yeah, it's hard to
unwatchable
watch, yeah.
because we're so used to this next level.
And that's where I think the deal is that just because that 4K is uncomfortable for me watching it, I'm also not 13. I also didn't grow up with it the way that we grew up with DVDs and Blu-ray. And for me, I can watch the original Alien on Blu-ray and be repulsed because it looks like a set. But you know, they also shot Alien back in 1977, and remastering the original proofs just make it loses the magic.
Right.
But you watch How to Tame Your Dragon in 3D or 4K, and it looks amazing.
It was made for that, yeah.
It was made for it, and it looks awesome. That's just about source material.
Whereas I think 3D has always been, even if there was glassesless 3D and it cost the same as a regular television, and you know every company was on board, 3D is still a gimmick. It's not the next step. It's an offshoot. It's a different type of entertainment.
You know, back in the day when we had the red-blue glasses, and it was just like, whoa. What?
You can read.
I feel it. Not really. I think I feel it. It felt to me like we were taking a step back and improving something that didn't really need to be improved on. Like if we just started doing smell-o-vision suddenly, you know, that's how I kind of feel about it.
I'd buy a smell-o-vision ticket.
I wouldn't. There are just some things I don't need to smell. But I'm wondering, are there any lasting effects that the era, maybe perhaps bygone, perhaps not, of 3D TVs is leaving on the industry in general?
Well, I mean, already all major creators of television channels have abandoned 3D programming. ESPN was the last big one. They had their 3D sports channel, and they ceased that production for lack of interest.
That's all TV, but what about the theater-going experience?
See, the theater-going experience I don't think it will die out completely. I think it's around for a while, especially because people are just starting to do it right. Like with the the 3D Pixar and DreamWorks productions, like with Gravity, like with Avatar. So like people are getting better at it. I still think it's an event experience and not an everyday experience.
Right.
Interesting.
Which is kind of where theaters need to go to nowadays, because it's so easy to obtain content to just watch at home, like with streaming and with buying online and buying digital. It's like it's very hard. It is harder to get a family to go out and watch a movie in a theater nowadays, when that was like the one pastime of all pastimes. But if you keep it in 3D, then it still keeps the movie-going experience around. The difference is, I agree. I don't think the 3D TVs will stick around.
Well, I think they're contingent on 3D theater or 3D film. And that's still, as you said, it's just starting to be done like in a really, in a really well done way. Like Gravity was immensely improved by the addition of 3D.
I agree. I just think that the home version of this technology was pushed on us as the next big thing before it was ready. So now, at this point, maybe they are getting around to glasses-less 3D or an affordable 3D. But at this point, it's so kind of spoiled in everyone's mind. Like, oh, 3D, that's already dead. We don't need to get on this train. It's over.
Interesting. Well, maybe that will be the way it goes. Maybe it was a case of too much too soon. What do you think? Is 3D TV actually dead, or is it maybe going to be resurrected in a little bit? And is 4K the real successor? Do you want to just touch everything? Let us know in the comments. And stop that, guys.
And how soon will it be until 8K comes out, and even more?
It's an ever-evolving path.